What's up everybody, Super Dorks fan here for another car review. This is of course the 2015 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray with the new 8-speed automatic transmission. Huge thanks to Tom Henry Chevrolet and Tom Henry Racing for hooking me up with this awesome car to review for you guys today. So about the Corvette Stingray, well, you know, when these came out last year, they made a lot of waves. They're just so impressive performance-wise. It's probably the best bang for your buck out there. And so this year they introduced the brand new 8-speed automatic, which they're saying is a rival to the Porsche PDK system. So it'll be very interesting to see just how well this transmission performs. And also, this is my first time driving a C7, so it'll be very cool to see just how this new Corvette performs. I've driven the C6, the C5, and so driving the C7, it's going to be really interesting. I think it looks spectacular though. They really did a good job. Some people have mixed thoughts about the taillights not being perfectly round anymore. I think it looks great though. I mean, just it's got so many sharp edges and lines, and from every single angle you can pick up different things, and it's a very interesting design. I love the way it looks. Right, for the interior of the C7 Corvette. It's a really nice place. I mean, they have improved it by leaps and bounds over the C6 version, in my opinion. So first thing, getting in this car, you're sitting low, but not quite as low as I think you did in the C6 and the C5s. But it's a great driving position. I mean, you look forward and you see the bulges of the fenders and the hood. It's just a really spectacular view to look over. And so you sit down in these seats, and they're fairly good. So this is the 2LE package. It doesn't have the more aggressive seats, but these seats are pretty nice. I mean, the side bolstering is fairly snug, you know, a little bit loose. Thigh support isn't the best, though. It's still very wide, and I wish there was a little more thigh support there. But the seats overall are pretty comfortable so far. Next is the steering wheel in this car, which is really nice. It has a perfect 9/3 grip, very nice contrast stitching. You have the paddles, of course, for this 8-speed automatic that are plastic, but I mean, they feel fairly nice and, you know, are nicely mounted out of the way that you can still get a good 9/3 grip without having the paddles in the way. You know, got a fair assortment of buttons on here that controls this wonderful gauge cluster, which is the next thing we'll talk about. Mostly digital. You have an analog speedometer and you have an analog fuel and a temp gauge there on the right hand side, but the huge screen in the middle is very high resolution and just beautiful. You can switch up the different configurations for how, you know, you want your RPMs displayed, and it has different modes depending on which traction control mode you're in and all that kind of stuff. It's really a cool system, and you know, it's very customizable and very nice. Another high resolution screen is coming over to the center here, the center of the dashboard. You have this really high res, large touchscreen head unit that this car has. Very crisp graphics, and everything just looks really beautiful and very top notch. I mean, it looks better than some of the stuff that's twice this price. And so a very nice head unit. It's very responsive, and I like it a lot. You know, the navigation, it will even do 3D for the buildings and things like that. Very, very cool. Coming along to the rest of the buttons here, you have your climate control knobs, which have a very nice resistance to them and have the little screens inside of the actual knob, which I think is a really cool feature. And the buttons and everything all are a lot tighter and higher quality than in previous generations. They've definitely improved that a lot. As far as storage space goes in the Corvette, this C7 is improved, but not in the way that you might think. So you have small little map pockets here in the doors, still no bottle holder there, pretty small and pretty unusable, to be perfectly honest. You have your two cup holders, you have a little power outlet here that's hidden, you have your center console, and it's very shallow. You can't really fit a whole lot in there, but it's nicely padded and soft, so that's good. And then you would say that that's it. That's all the storage capacity this car has, but the GM engineers have been rather clever, and they've hidden a nice large cubby. So you hit the screen button, and that screen just goes down. It's like a flat screen unit. It just slides down. And you have this big cubby, which also has a USB port, and it's huge. It's deep. You can fit tons of stuff in there. Really a massive space, and it's great. And so it's really cool to have that hidden and have the screen just scroll down there. That's just, I thought that was super cool whenever I saw that. So that really improves it, because that huge cubby is very, very useful. If you need more storage space, the trunk in this car, like all Corvettes, is excellent because it's a hatchback design, and that, especially in the C7s here, it's very wide, wider than a lot of trunks in normal cars, and it's obviously totally passed through to the interior of the cabin here, and lots and lots of space. You can fit all kinds of stuff back there. So a very versatile and practical sports car too. You can fit lots of stuff in it, very comfortable, and yeah, really a nice interior. I'm telling you what, this feels nicer than the price tag. Normally, you know, it was like, well, you buy a Corvette because you get a large engine, great handling, da-da-da. But with this interior feels better than 55 grand in my opinion. It's that good, and I really like it a lot. All right, so let's start up and go for a drive. It just has a little fob like the C6 is kind of, but this one's a lot nicer. You just leave that in your pocket, you hit the engine start button, and it roars to life. And whenever it turns over, you can even feel the car just shudder a little bit from the left to the right. It's just, oh, it's so aggressive, so cool. All right, so setting off in the 2015 Corvette Stingray with the 8-speed automatic. So, like I said, this hood, it comes up really high, but it looks so cool. It's just so unique when you're driving. It's the first thing you notice. But otherwise, visibility so far is really good. You know, the windshield's a nice large size. You can see out very well. You don't really have too many blind spots, and you know, that rear window is big enough that you can see out of it pretty well. And just cruising along, though, on this park road, you can just tell how quiet it is already. You know, it's very refined, and it's just, and this is even in the sport mode. So this car, one of the options that it has is the sport exhaust system. So whenever you put the driving modes, you know, these different driving modes this car has, when you put it into sport or track, it opens up that baffle automatically, so you have the full sound all the time. While we're on this little bumpy park road, though, you can tell just how smooth this car rides. It's I mean, it's obviously a sports car. It's not going to feel as comfortable as, you know, a more luxurious sedan or something like that, but it's totally compliant and very livable for sure. One thing you notice, though, as soon as you just start driving this car, even in the full automatic mode, is just how smoothly it shifts, and it's really nice. I mean, obviously, since it's trying to be economical, it'll upshift pretty early, unless you're paddle shifting yourself. But it's very smooth, and, you know, it doesn't feel like a dual clutch or anything like that. It's a full-on automatic, and so you can appreciate that and feel that it's, you know, super smooth. There's no crazy clutch action going on, which is kind of nice. All right, so I'm in full manual mode. Let's turn on to this straight road here and see how it does. Okay, so the paddle shifters, it is good. It's a little bit delayed, though. I haven't driven the brand new Porsche PDK, so I can't directly compare. But it's not the fastest, but it is pretty good. You stop on that, just instantly just bucks like a wild horse and just takes off. It's just... exciting. But once you're at sedately cruising speed, it's very quick in the way that it shifts. The upshifts do come off pretty quickly. Downshifts are pretty good as well. It still feels like an automatic. It doesn't feel like a dual clutch, but it is very impressive. And Chevy actually claims that this gets a faster 0 to 60 time than the manual. It does 3.7 seconds 0 to 60, and they've tested it as quick as 3.5 though, but the official number is 3.7. That's really impressive considering, I mean, 455 horsepower what this car has with a 6.2 liter V8. 455 in these days doesn't sound like a ton of power, but that just goes to show that lightweight and the way that you deliver that power is everything. And so this will keep up with almost a Ferrari 458 for, you know, a fraction of the price, and it's not even an astronomical horsepower figure. It's really awesome. And it feels faster than 455 to me. Well, we're just cruising though on this main road here. It's obviously nice and smooth, but it's a great car just to, you know, cruise around in. I mean, you get looks, of course, because it's bright yellow. It's a Corvette as well, but it's really a great car. I can see myself covering, you know, long distances on the highway in this in absolute comfort. Beautiful rev match downshifts. So let's turn on to this back road here and see how it does. This one's a little bit smaller, so I can't do any full-out accelerations, but it's definitely good. It's quick. It's so fast. It's seriously, it's way faster than the numbers suggest, I think. I don't know. I think Chevy's being pretty conservative with the ratings on this one. But yeah, going around this windy road, this is up and down elevation changes, and it's so planted. I'm really impressed with the way that this Corvette handles. It's way better than the C6 in my opinion. It's so much more alive. This, I don't know, the C6 always felt kind of bulky to me, and I mean, it was a good handler, but it was always heavy. And this one it feels a lot more light on its feet, and really impressive. Let's see about this power again, shall we? That one almost got a little squirrely on me there. It's this is like the Boss 302 I mentioned last week, where you actually have to drive this car, and you know, it's not just gonna go down the road for you just without you doing anything. You actually have to drive it and focus on going straight and going around corners, and actually put some effort in, and I love that. It sounds so good too. It's different than other Corvettes. I mean, it still has that Corvette sound, but it's a little bit more different, and I love the way it sounds. It's so good, especially with this sports exhaust and those rev match downshifts. It's just really nice sounding. The more that I use this 8-speed automatic, though, I'm growing to appreciate it more. I think whenever you're under hard acceleration, it might seem a tad slow, but whenever you're doing normal driving, it's perfectly fast. I mean, I hit it and boom, it instantly changed, instantly rev matched. I mean, it is very quick. It's definitely better than probably any other automatic I've ever driven. It's very, very good for sure. And another little acceleration. Awesome. And now with this proper paddle shift, it really feels like an advanced European sports car. It really does. I mean, I love manual transmissions, and I'm sure the 7-speed manual in this car is excellent. That would probably still be my choice, but if you sit in traffic, I mean, you sacrifice very little with this automatic, and you still have lots of fun. You can change your own gears really well. It's still, you know, it's really good on gas. Obviously, being an 8-speed, you get almost 30 miles to the gallon on the highway. So, I mean, it's a very, like I said, it's very practical in its size. It's, you know, fairly fuel efficient, and it's comfortable. It's just a great all-around car. It's just such, like I said, it's one of the best performance bargains out there, if not the best. I mean, this one, you know, has the nice carbon fiber dash trim and the sport exhaust and a few of the other options on it that, you know, get this one up in the mid $60,000 range. But if you can, you know, keep the options down on these, I mean, you can get one for well under 60, and it's just a phenomenal bargain. I mean, what else can you get for that price range? Brand new. It's just really impressive, and that sound and everything, the looks, it just looks so exotic to me now. It's just all around, just it's a hard car to beat. I think it's, you know, there's obviously everyone has different tastes, but if you're looking at pure for performance and, you know, just everything you get for the money, I don't think you can do much better than this. Alright, so on some more back roads here. These ones are a little bit tighter, and it has such good balance, this car. It's really impressive. I mean, we're getting some tighter corners here, and it's really just doing a phenomenal job. I can't find anything about this car. I mean, the brakes are all, you know, have great response to them. The steering is the perfect weight. It has great feel. It has a very analog feel to it still. And I mean, body roll is basically non-existent. You just go into a corner, commit to it, and it just pushes right through. It's really, really impressive. Obviously can't drive this car around all day because this is a brand new Corvette, and so I just want to say huge thanks to Tom Henry Chevrolet for allowing me to drive this brand new 2015 8-speed automatic Corvette to, you know, show you guys, you know, how it drives. And you know, if you're interested in one of these, they are the top seller in the area. They get tons of them in, so you know, they'll probably have what you're looking for. They can definitely get it for you quickly if you're wanting one of these. It's definitely awesome. I think if you're comparing it to the Porsche PDK, it's not a dual clutch, so you can't really compare it to that, but I think it's probably the best automatic I've ever driven as far as you know, shift speed and everything, as far as refinement. It's really spectacular. So definitely would recommend one of these to anyone that you know, wants the joys of a manual, but you know, without having to worry about a clutch pedal. Here you go. It's perfect. And the C7 is just a spectacular car. I'm so thoroughly impressed with it. So yeah, once again, huge thanks to Tom Henry Chevrolet. And you can find the link in the description for this car and for all the cars that they have. And so yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care.